days of suing crypto exchanges, Gary G has taken the day off to replenish his energy by feeding on the souls of the middle class. As Bitcoin has taken a little itsy-bitsy tumble along with the entire crypto market, the stock market as well is having a slight retracement. But is it all over for the Moon Boys? And does Gary G, the Annihilator, have more blows to deliver to baby bull kind? After a 2-day slaughterfest by King of Planet Girth itself, Gary G, there are now fears that potentially Binance, Coinbase users will be heavily affected by these lawsuits, potentially unable to withdraw funds. There is speculation about that. Clearly, none of that has happened at this point, but people are trying to brace for what could be a very scary situation. But is this going to all blow over? Or are things about to get extremely dumpy? So I want to start off by taking a look at this. So the stock market today, after reaching yearly highs recently over the last couple of days, is kind of just pausing for the most part, not really doing too much, not down too much, not up, just kind of trading sideways. The DXY doing the exact same thing here, kind of a little pit stop, if you will. But we are seeing some altcoins take bigger dumps, and we are seeing Bitcoin as well sit at about half of the pump yesterday. So we had a massive dump and then completely pumped back up to where we were before the news of the SEC, and now we're kind of right in between those two events. So dump, pump, and now we're just kind of right in the center of that. So, but can we expect Bitcoin to go lower here, specifically because of these fears surrounding the SEC lawsuits? Well, at this very second, Bitcoin is still right around that 200-week moving average, which is just very important to watch, very important to monitor to see, the momentum of Bitcoin and if we should be fearful of a drop. Again, I've been saying this for a month and a half. If we go down to 23,000, that's not a move that I would be surprised by. If we go to 20, that would be surprising to me. Okay, but 23, that range, right around 23, give or take a little above or below. That is an area that I think makes sense, and I've defended this position for the past month and a half, if we come down to this level right here. So again, I'll just get that out of the way. If we would go down to that price and retest, these two tops we had that formed first initially in July of 2022 and then February of 2023. So again, big level of most likely support right there. And on the daily chart as well, we're still within this, whether you want to call it like a descending channel or like a falling kind of wedge type pattern. It's very clear the price is consolidating more and more, but we are still kind of just bouncing around these two trend lines here. So nothing really big has happened on that front. We've had so many touches on this bottom line, 3 multiple there, about 5 long-term touches over the past 3 months. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, about 5 on each side. So we've spent a lot of time just trading right here. But also, this is, if you're looking for a bullish scenario in the short term, this is it. We talked about this very big inverse head and shoulders, had the initial breakout. Now we're retesting basically the neckline of this pattern. Right at about 25,000 is where that is. So, and again, if we wick down to 23 or something like that and closed in a daily above it or something, that could still validate that. But ultimately, there's still plenty of scenario and plenty of juice for this to still have a bust over the next week or so. But because of these lawsuits, I think the market is a little shakier. Ultimately, again, I think it's important to watch to see if we come down to 23. If we come down to that level, long-term MACD, monthly chart, Bitcoin still shows a lot of promise, but everything right now is in the short term, right? What will happen in the short term? So with that being said, I feel like we, as I said yesterday, do have the direction chosen for us in the very, very short term, most likely going to be down. Mid to long term, again, I think is a different story, but primarily we have to watch. The key things here to watch are the 200-week moving average. Bitcoin still, it's still just trading in that exact same range. So not really much has happened. We're actually seeing ADA have a pretty big, ADA's down almost 10%, which is weird because a lot of these actually most coins are only down like 2 or 3%. ADA's down a little bit more than that, but I am watching for a $23,000 breakdown target to the downside. To the upside, I think we all know around 30. But ultimately, if we have any sort of bullish momentum over the next few weeks and months, this pattern can easily bring us to the low $40,000 range there. High 30s, low 40s for a bullish move. That is in the more medium term, like I said, over the next few weeks and maybe the next month and a half to 2 months. But yeah, in the short term, I think, I mean, really it is just a battle to hold some of these certain levels here. Hold the bottom of this channel, for example, which is still right around 25,000. But as I said, a breakdown of 23,000 on these longer term charts makes total sense to me. We'll just have to see how it plays out, but obviously, I think right now there's just more fear than anything, and I think people are still digesting the news. It hasn't even been literally 24 hours since Coinbase has been sued also. So much has happened in just the last couple of days that I think the market is trying to digest everything, not to mention as well the stock market is down a little bit. So just very hard circumstances for Bitcoin to do anything. I am still absolutely shocked that we're not at 23 or lower already. I'm still shocked that we haven't gotten pushed down there. It's just showing that the market is very resilient currently. And take advantage of massive deposit bonuses and sign-up bonuses if you're interested in trading with BitGet and Femex below. Huge bonuses for signing up and depositing if you use my link to Femex and to BitGet as well. Without any further ado,